Heyo, it's me, Upper Savage, and today I wanted to try something that was kind of a little bit viral on TikTok, but it's not the TikTok one. Let me just make that clear now. I found these mechanical color pencils and refills for them. I happened upon them when I was at Joann's because it was closing, and I'm like, ooh, let me try them. These are by Zebra. I'm thinking it's probably the same as the other Zebra, but this one does say Zebra Pen on it, while other Zebra products just say Zebra. Anyways, I also have refills. It does say 30 count, even though there's only 24 in here. That is because every color comes with one, and then there's two each for black, brown, red, blue, green, and peach. Oh no, it's one of those convenient packaging designs where you turn it into a thing. Let's see if I can figure it out this time. Look away! I'm going to cut something open with a sharp thingy. So then we do this. No, already lost. Already confused. We go in here. This goes down. And what do we do with this? Oh, wait. Does it attach from this side? Oh, okay, hold on. Like this. Did I figure it out? Am I a genius? I figured it out. Only took a few minutes. Alright, so we have this useless thing that this package does. I don't know if we're gonna need these because they should already have like at least one in there, right? Yeah, I shook it. There's no other sound, so there's just one. They don't have the sharpener bit, which, wait, no, I guess not. Which I think is an easy thing to have, considering the dollar store retractable color pencils have the sharpener bit in their top here. So I don't know, just throwing that out there. It doesn't have a color name on it. It has a number. So I wonder if the numbers correspond to the color that they are. Let's see. Oh, there's no swatches on this packaging. All right. Anyways, I'm going to put these in rainbow order because this bothers me. Okay. They're in rainbow order based off of the color of their barrels. Okay. It's subject to change. Let me grab a sketchbook so we can start swatching them. Also, I wanted to point out that there is a white in here, so we might do some swatches on black paper too. But let's get to swatching. Did I need to make the swatch that tiny? All right, I finished swatching on the paper. I do feel like they're a bit more dull than I would like, but I know that some people like the not as bright colors. I actually don't think any of the colors look the same. I guess arguably maybe the pinks are very similar. I think the color range is all right. Get a couple oranges, a couple pinks, a couple greens, blues. The typical ones that don't get more than one color are purple and yellow, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, because there's a white, I want to go ahead and swatch it on black paper. And it does show up. So I want to swatch a couple more to see if any other colors work on this paper. So it kind of works, but not great. Okay, now I want to try the blend test. I'll pick out some colors. Let's do the red and pink. I would say that blend is actually pretty good. Let's try another set of colors, because maybe I just happen to choose the two magical colors that, like, go together. Let's do a blue into purple. See if that will work. Yeah, I would say that worked too. We have a light into a dark, and then we have a color into a color. That worked out pretty good. I'm not really sure what brand to compare this to. I guess it would be like maybe if Crayola was more blendable, or what's the other one? The Gold Fabers didn't have a bloom to them, like they're a bit drier. I don't know, they're smooth, but they're not Prismacolor smooth. They're like smooth in a like shiny kind of way, not in a milky kind of way, you know what I mean? Another test I want to do is to see if it'll lay over marker nicely, because I tend to use color pencils for a top layer, not necessarily like the full coloring thing. So I just picked a random yellow. Doesn't look very yellow on the camera for some reason. Let's pick a different yellow. This one might be a bit too dark. One looks exactly the same. Okay. I'm gonna blend orange into it to see how it's gonna come out. You can't see what I'm doing. Let's set up the other camera. me grab the yellow to see if we can kind of blend it into the marker a little bit better. Now maybe red. Really deep in the edges here. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. It's not totally seamless, but pencils have a texture, so it's not going to be. Okay, with everything we just learned, I think it's time for us to use them on some art here. So I've decided I'm going to color in my Foraging in the Wild coloring book, and I'm going to be coloring the strawberry page. So I'm just going to lay down some marker off screen here so we can get started with the pencil. Okay, so I colored this in with my Ohuhus. These are the colors I used in case you're curious. Very pastel. And now I'm going to go ahead and color in with the pencils here. Okay, so before we do the reveal here, I want to go over a couple of things. I want to show you the length of the lead before I used it and after I used it, because I mostly used the green. So there is barely a difference here, as you can see. So I think it'll go quite a ways. I also want to open this up and take a look inside of here because it doesn't explicitly say that they're for the refillable pencils. I'm assuming they are though, because they happen to have the same amount of colors. Oh, okay. That's very, very nice. So on the back, it lists them with their color names, but on the containers, it tells you the number, and the number is going to be corresponding to the pencil. So that's nice. Number 3 is in here. But I'm also curious to know how the heck you open this. Oh, it slides out like a drawer. Oh, it stands up, doesn't it? Oh, cute. But I want to know. Yeah, they look like... Are they longer? Hold on. It is a significantly longer refill. Oh my god. So the refills are significantly longer. That's awesome. Okay, so I went and grabbed my other mechanical color pencils just to let you guys know that they do exist out there other than like the zebra ones and the TikTok ones. These are Ink, INC. I've seen them at the dollar store, Dollar General, and at the hobby store. This brand, I mean. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I got these from the dollar store or Dollar General. I'm thinking probably Dollar General as a set because there's 10 here and they also have the refillable inks as well. So it was probably pretty affordable, probably $10 range, if that. And I will show you a sample of something I did color with them a while ago. It's just like a little character head, I don't know. Because there's not a lot of colors, I couldn't get the blends as well, but I do feel like they're not that far off from the zebra ones with blendability, but I do think the zebra ones are better than this. However, that being said, I feel like the zebra ones are lacking something pretty major, and that is the sharpening mechanic that these all have built into them. This little shiny part in this pencil is the sharpener, and what you do is you can either take it off and sharpen your pencil in this little hole here. Let me show you how it's a flat head right now. You need to click it out a little bit first. You put it in here, you twist it around. And now it is sharp and all over my desk, but that's besides the point. And you don't have to take it off the top. You could just use another one to sharpen your pencil because they all have one in there. So I think if this brand can do it, the zebra brand can do it for an affordable price. On the box, it does advertise no sharpening needed, but I feel like I couldn't get my colors deep enough because it wasn't a sharp enough point. I actually want to see if I can sharpen these in here or if the lead is too big. So I can actually sharpen these in my ink branded ones, but not everybody has them, right? So it's not a problem for me, but it is a problem for other people who just need a point. Well, let's go ahead and do the reveal. Boop. Had to lay that, boop. So here it is. Let me get it out of the glare for you. I feel like I couldn't get some of the colors deep enough, and some of that could have helped with having a point on the pencil. But I do feel that there are not enough colors, which I feel the same way about my ink branded ones. However, I do really like them. They are relatively affordable. They're about $24 at full price. I got them when Joann was going out of business, so I, got them for a discount. And the refills are also very affordable too. I believe I saw them for like $6. Yeah, they're normally $10, it looks like, but they're $6 right now on Amazon. It might have changed at the time I'm posting it. So there is the option to actually just put these into a pencil that you already own if it takes that size. So you don't have to buy the whole set. Just throwing that out there. Now, do I think that these are worth getting? It depends. If you're someone who likes clean or somebody who travels, you might like these, but if you're somebody who already owns color pencils, you probably don't need to add these to your collection. They are pretty standard, more blendable than Crayola, less creamy than Prismacolor, probably about on par with the gold Faber-Castell pencils with the quality, except they don't do that blooming thing. Like, I know those like chip off and like get dust everywhere, but generally I do like these. I think I'm going to put them at my art station out in the not my closet, so I have something to do out there. But that's going to be it for me today. If you guys want to watch another review video, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTube things of comment, liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!